What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Musi Game here, and today I want to talk to you about Rise of Kingdoms complete event guide. Now, this is a very interesting one because, for one, I originally planned this to be more of a live stream thing, and I did. If you actually go back to one of my live streams, there is an exact same video or live stream repository that has the Rise of Kingdoms complete event guide kind of thumbnail that kind of looks exactly like what you're seeing on the screen right now. And that basically goes over all the event stuff. But then again, unfortunately, I wasn't able to record the video out of it because it was more of a hassle for me to actually type in and complete the event guide, which was the original idea of me doing it on the live stream and then do the clip of it and post it like I do for a lot of my videos. But so yeah, so we're actually recording this separately from the original live stream. So yeah, you guys get to hear me talk by myself instead of with a lot of people on the chat. But let's just go ahead and get right to it, guys. And this event guide is actually meant for people who are starting off Rise of Kingdoms and who are looking at all those new events that they have never seen because they're new people to Rise of Kingdoms. And there's events like Egg Event, Dig Event, all those different events that Rise of Kingdoms has. But when you're starting off, you don't know which one you should actually focus on at the end of the day, right? And this event is meant to guide you in a way that, okay, what are those events for, first of all? And what can you get out of, like, expectation in normal circumstances? And at the end of the day, is the event actually valuable, worth it? Is it recommended event at the end of the day? So all those things will be included in this Rise of Kingdoms complete event guide. So hopefully you guys will enjoy it. Hopefully this will help some of you make better decision in terms of making more efficient purchase decision when you're actually getting the Rise of Kingdoms complete event. And yeah, let's just go ahead and get right to it. All right, so table content. So I've divided the events into two different categories. One of them is regular events, which will include things like Wheel of Fortune, Dalurks, I don't know how to say that, Dalurks, Puzzle Box, Egg Event, Hammer Event, Armor Revealed by Stealth Event. Those come around at least once per month, right? So those are regular events. And then I actually have other special events that actually includes the latest and the greatest editions, I would say, of Elysian Treasures and Esmeralda's Prayer, 7K Gem Event, Team Draw Event, In Search of Wonders Event, Desert Tracks, and Seasonal Donation Event. Seasonal Donation Event is those that actually comes around like, I don't know, Chinese New Year, where you actually donate the tokens that you actually get from killing barbarians and along with the premium gems so that you can claim city themes, gold has materials, whatever you'd like to get at the time at a cheaper price than you can get from VIP shops. So yeah, so those are all the events that we'll be taking a look at. We'll take a look at each and every event, go over like the occasion of which, how they kind of come back to, and all that fun stuff so that you guys have a fuller picture of what you're actually getting into. Other events that I didn't include here, things like More Than Gems and all the other events that are not here, is because those are not really gem investment events or money involved events. And those events you can actually just go ahead and participate as much as possible at your own guidance, in my opinion. But I think the list of events that are here are more of the events that you are thinking you have to kind of invest your time, gems, or money into it so that you can actually get the most value out of it. So yeah, this event guide will actually focus on those events only. Maybe in the future I'll go ahead and take a look at all the other events that are in Rise of Kingdoms, but at this very moment we're going to only take a look at those events. All right, with that said, let's just go ahead and jump right into our first event, which is going to be Wheel of Fortune event. Now, I'm going to actually hide my avatar because it is blocking some of the stuff that is here. So I would like to apologize for that. I'm going to go ahead and turn off my avatar. There you go. And let's take a look at it. So Wheel of Fortune event. This is an event where you get Commander Sculptures and Commander Sculptures only. Now, target user for this event is everyone who is in Rise of Kingdoms will have to go through some form of fashion more fashion of Wheel of Fortune event. Because if you want a commander that is meta, guess what? This is where you can get it. And this actually comes out every other week, but then again in a rotation order. So if this week was infantry Wheel of Fortune, unless you're in the very earlier part of the game where you actually get like set characters for example like Richard and YSG, it actually rotates with like the type of troops that you're getting too. But then again, this wheel itself actually comes back every other week, so it's very frequently done event. And what you can expect from each spins at each stage. So if you actually spin about 10 times, I would say the average number of sculptures that you can expect from actual spins themselves, as well as the rewards that you get for hitting 10 spins landmark. I would usually call those pities, but you can say that it actually says extra rewards. You can actually get about 10 commander sculptures. So if you're thinking about only unlocking the commanders, you can actually stay to somewhere along the lines of 10 spins, which is all achievable, I think, with 4,000 gems ish. If you do it like every single day, the free one. So the event's on for like 3 days, so you'll be able to get like 3 of the free ones. If you do 5, then you do 100 400, like the half off spins twice, then actually 4,800 gems. So with 4,800 gems, you can get 10 commander sculptures, which is a lot cheaper, by the way, than just buying gold heads off of VIP shop, which will cost you 2,000 gems per gold head. So again, unlocking a commander as well as just getting extra heads, this is very, very good value. Now, if you do 45 spins in total, I would say the average that I've seen from the past videos and all that is about 30 to 40 gold heads. You get about, I think you get 10 gold heads from 45 spins. And given that you get about 10 from the first 10, the middle 20, I think you can get about 10 to 20, depending on your luck, to be honest with you. But yeah, I think if you spin 45 times, I would say the average that you'll get is about 30 to 40 times. And then if you spin 100 times, which is the limit for you to get all the extra rewards that is possible for you to get, all the pities that you can claim. And I do not recommend that you spin more than 100 times, by the way, unless you need like one more commander sculptures for you to actually expertise the commander. Even then, I don't think it's like it's really, really hard. I would just say just go ahead and get some gold heads somewhere. But yeah, so that's why I actually have it limited to 100 spins. But then again, if you do full spins, I would say 70 to 100 is your range of commander sculptures that you can actually get from this. I think from total pity, you can get about 40 commander sculptures. So if you're really unlucky, you'll get like 30 from 100 spins, which has happened to me before. Because if you spin like 5 times, you get an average about 2-ish, right? So if you do 20 times of that, then you're getting around 40. And then if you get 40 from the pity, guess what? The average is about 80. If you're a little bit unlucky, you'll get about 70. If you're really lucky, you can get about 100. It's what I think the number of commander sculptures that you can expect from each spin. Just keep in mind that doing 100 spins on this wheel of the wheel of fortune is actually quite costly. It's going to cost you about 72,000 gems, a little bit more or less, but then again, 72,000 gems, and that is a lot. That is very, very expensive. So make sure you guys actually save up your gems if you're thinking about doing wheel of fortune events for future reference. So yeah, so that's basically it. And let's go ahead and jump right into the little chart. So the little chart on the bottom, from now on, I'll just call it report card. It will actually rate each event by their value, importance, and free to play friendly, and the overall rating. And overall rating is the most important, but then again, obviously the value, importance, and free to play friendly. I'll go ahead and explain why those are rated such way. Value is B. Value is B because it is average. I think this is basically the standard of what you can actually kind of consider as okay event. I think this should be the one standard of events among all the other events that is in Rise of Kingdoms, because this is the most standard event that a lot of people actually play. So I think value being average of B is okay. Importance of this event, though, it is actually S. Now I'm looking back at it after I've completed everything. Maybe I should have given it S++, because there is not a single event that is probably as important as a Commander's Cultures event, the Wheel of Fortune event. There's no other way for you to sometimes get a Commander's Culture outside of this event, unless you're aiming for some of those, like, the New Year event or whatever, where you can get the unrecruited commanders. So importance of this event is actually very, very high. Is it free to play friendly? I would say at 10 spins, yes. 100 spins, not at all. So if you want 100 spins, you have to either save up a lot of gems. But then again, 72,000 gems as a free to play, that is crazy. You know what I mean? You actually do need to use a lot of your gems somewhere else, like VIP points, if you're free to play. So yeah, is it free to play friendly? Not really, but should you spin 10 times if you're a free to play player? Yes. Every single wheel, I think you should consider spinning 10 times for you to get the 10 Commander Sculptures expected out of it. So yeah, so that's what I have for this. And overall rating that I'll give this event is a B+. Its importance is too high that its rating should be like really, really low. Can you avoid this event? Probably not if you're playing Rise of Kingdoms for competitive reasons. So yeah, that's basically what I'll have for this event. Now let's go ahead and move on to our event number 2, Diluc's Puzzle Box. Now this is an event where you can actually get materials, and your primary purpose of you actually getting this reward is for materials. Now primary rewards are materials, and then target user is for everyone. You can actually get 5 spins for every single Diluc's Puzzle Box that you actually see. You'll get 5 like free spins, I believe. And I think the frequency of this is every 4 weeks. And I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, please feel free to correct me down below. But yeah, it is every 4 weeks. And then the rewards expectation, what you can expect in terms of rewards for this is actually 1 to 2 legendary materials per level that you clear. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's you can actually get a lot more legendary materials from this if you actually use a lot of gems, but I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. And let's just go ahead and check the report card for this. I would say the value of this is C+. The reason why I give it a C+ is because there are other events that will give you materials that might be more worth it. There are other events that will give you on top of all the other things on top of materials than this. So that's why I genuinely don't recommend Diluc's Puzzle Box unless you're in a dire need for materials, in my opinion. But for the first 5 tries that you actually get, I think the value is there because they're giving it to you for free, right? So yeah, that's what I'll give this event. Importance is C. Again, this is not the only event that will give you materials. It is not. Yeah, and there's other events like egg event, egg event. That is more important. So yeah, I think this is importance is not as high. Free to play friendly, yes and no, right? A for free 5 for trials, first 5 trials, and then and then you can accumulate the materials, the percentage, and then you can eventually get 1 or 2 legendary materials for free as well. So yes and no. And then I'll say overall rating is C+. But if you're really looking to get a lot of materials in a short time, this event is not bad. I'm just saying that there's other events that will just provide more value overall. So that's what I'm trying to say. And then it's not really that much of it. Like if Diluc's Puzzle Box one day just goes away, I don't think anyone would actually just notice like right away and like, hey, like where's the Diluc's Puzzle Box? Like it's that kind of game, that kind of event. So that's why I gave my scores as I was. Again, this is just for people to kind of use it as a reference. But then again, if you disagree with me, it's fine. But that's how I will rate this event. Now, another crazy event, egg event. aka Holy Knight's Treasure. But people know this as egg event, so that's how I'll actually call this an egg event. Now, primary rewards for this is actually legendary blueprints and materials. So the reason why a lot of other equipment related events are actually underrated is because of this event. Because this event gives you a lot of legendary blueprints and a lot of materials. So might as well just go ahead and run it through egg event if you have what you want in the egg events cycle. The target users for this is everyone, and then frequency is I think once per month, right? So every other month, every other week, you get a rotation between dig event and egg event. So this is every month, and then what you can expect in terms of rewards, I would say you can get about one blueprint per 50 pulls in average. I could be wrong, and I could be wrong. But I would say if you spend about 50 pulls, you might be able to get one blueprint because of the pities and all that you can actually get from the event. And if you want, you can actually get one third of a blueprint, 10 pieces, by spinning for not spinning, pulling for 10 pulls, in my opinion. So I would say this reward is not bad. The value of it, I would say, is S, especially because 5 times spin is a lot cheaper than what you will see in Wheel of Fortune. You guys can see that if you want to spin this 100 times, this only costs 48,000 only. It's funny that I'm saying only, but then again, it is a lot cheaper than what you'll see from Wheel of Fortune. So it is indeed cheaper. And the importance of this event is actually S minus. The reason why it's not S plus is because you don't get to choose which legendary material, legendary blueprint that you actually want to get. You can choose among the 3 or 2 that they give you, and then that's what you get. But it is very, very, very valuable event. As you can see, I gave it an S. So, yep. And is it free to play friendly? I would say it is actually pretty free to play friendly. All the free to play players, in my opinion, in Rise of Kingdoms, should at least try to pull 10 times every single time that they see an egg event, so that they can eventually make and craft a full legendary blueprint for whatever legendary equipment that they're building towards. So I would say it's pretty free to play friendly. It also helps that the gem cost is actually a lot lower than the Wheel of Fortune, in my opinion. So yeah, that's why I gave it an A. Overall rating, I would say S minus. It is probably one of the most important events that you'll be able to find in Rise of Kingdoms. It is probably the most valuable event that you'll be able to find in Rise of Kingdoms. And as a matter of fact, if you're a low spender, I would say the only event that you should care about is Wheel of Fortune and Egg Event. So that's how important it is. Wheel of Fortune because you have to get your commander somewhere, and believe it or not, Wheel of Fortune is the only way that you can actually get your commanders on regular basis. So yeah, so that's the egg event. And dig event, which is also called aka Hunt for History. This event is actually an event that will allow you to choose which legendary blueprints that you want to get, blueprint pieces that you want to get, and yeah, your primary goal for this event is actually for you to get the legendary blueprints. And target user for this is actually all frequencies every month. It comes in 2 weeks rotating cycle with the egg event. And the expected reward is 5 selected blueprint pieces per 60 to 80 hammers. I did kind of the math. If you were to actually find the treasure every time, like every time that you actually clear half of the board, this is basically 60 to 80 is the range that I will give. And once you clear up to 5 different stages, you'll be able to get 8 selected legendary equipment blueprints per 60 to 80 hammers that you use. The value of this is B. The good part about this event is that you're getting whatever legendary blueprint that you want to get, with the exception of couple, which are the KVK weapons and helmets, and some of the accessories that are limited to KVK shops only. So its value is pretty good, but then again, it's pretty average. The importance of this is okay, but not as good as the hammer as the event, given the fact that if you're missing some pieces, let's say you pulled a lot of legendary blueprint pieces for Dragon Breath bow, right? But you're sitting on like 22 legendary blueprint pieces. You can actually do hunt for history for whatever number of hammers that you actually get and need to use for that to actually complete that set, because you get to choose which legendary blueprints that you want to complete. So I think this is pretty important. But if you want to actually complete a full blueprint from start to the end, for one, you're only limited to I think 40 blueprint pieces per cycle that you actually get. And also at the same time, you need to spend a lot of money on the package purchases as well as the hammer purchases with gems. So it's not the most free to play friendly event in the world, but it is actually usable. A lot of free to play friendly persons can actually stack up these hammers. One other thing about this event is that you can actually collect hammers and then save your hammers for the next Hunt for History event. So if you want to utilize the basically maximize the value out of it, you can actually farm all those hammers and then do it all at once so that you can actually reach floor number 5, floor number 10, and then beyond, depending on your spend level or depending on your hammer save level. So yeah, it's a pretty free to play friendly event, I would say. And overall, I would say B plus. Again, value wise, it's pretty low, but then again, importance and free to play friendly wise is actually not that bad. So yep, I gave this dig event a rating of B plus. Now, moving on to our Reveal Thyself event. This is probably the most controversial event because this is probably one of those. Well, first of all, this is one of the latest releases of the regular events, but also at the same time, this event is actually very, very interesting. As you guys can see, Armor Reveal Thyself event is actually an event exclusively made for getting armaments for everyone. And frequency of this, I think this happens every month. Please correct me if I'm wrong on this. I could be wrong, but I think it happens every month. And then what you can expect for rewards, you can expect one epic armament per 2 to 4 tickets that you spend on usual basis, like by choice, and then 20 to 30 per legendary armament pieces. Now, if you do want to get something that has more information on the epic or legendary, it can go heck of a lot more than that. I've seen legendary armaments that goes all the way up to 80 tickets, which is what? So 20 tickets is 1,000. So yeah, 4,000 gems. And the value of this event is actually not that good. To be really, really frank with you, it is C plus. I think unless you're done working on your equipments and commander sculptures, I would say for mid to low spenders, this is not the priority event that you should be aiming for. So I gave it a C plus. But the importance of this event is actually quite significant because you'll be able to actually choose which armament that you want to get. You can see that you can choose. I chosen Arch formation. So what kind of formation of armaments that you want to get, you can actually choose for that. And then the primary goal of this event is for you to cycle through as many of the legendary armaments as possible for one, a chance for you to win a legendary inscribe or rare inscribe armaments like the ones that you're seeing on the left, which is from my stream, by the way. Or cycle through a lot of your pities that you have for the next legendary inscription armament. So I got my straight to the point, which is my legendary inscription armament for instrument that I was trying to get for last, I don't know how long, like 6 months, almost a year, I think, from this event. And I was 9 out of 10 for the pity. And it is unfortunate that I found this 9 out of 10, but it still saves me a lot of like money by pulling it even on the 9th pull. So it is really, really important for whales, in my opinion. It's probably one of the most important events for whales. Like people like Chisgul and Chasky, they have nothing else to upgrade for their equipments and equipments and stuff. The only thing that they can do is actually perfect their armaments, because that's the only thing that can actually have a lot of RNG in there, including the number of inscriptions that they get on top of the legendary inscriptions. I know that Chasky has one that has double inscription with one special inscription and one normal inscription, and that just puts him at another level, a level above all those other arch rallies that like myself. Like I don't have a special inscription on top of like a regular inscription. So yeah, if I were to actually compete for the best armaments in the game for Chasky, I would have to find something, whether that is everything that I have, it has 2% all damage, all that different stuff that I need to find in other armaments to compensate for the missing stats that he has by having double inscription on it, right? So all those people who are done, or not even done, who are like, who have a good, decent like equipment setup, everyone should be actually getting the armor reveals thyself event to make sure that they have the special inscriptions that they're looking for, even double inscriptions that they're looking for, or like the stats that they're actually looking for at the end of the day. So that's why importance is actually pretty high. A plus even for most people, because even in the younger stage of the accounts, I think it is still possible for you to find triple rolls here. Like for example, if I for my farm, I will look for triple rolled infantry attack, defense, health, armament here, and that you like when you find them, that they're guaranteed triple roll, and those are hard to come by for younger accounts or lower spending accounts, right? So I would say importance is A plus. S plus for whales, and then free to play friendly. No, this event is not free to play friendly. Most of the good armaments that you will get here is garbage, and it's not really free to play friendly. And like the good ones will actually cost you a fortune. So again, 4,000 gems for for one armament is not something that a free to play player can actually afford. So I'll say it's a C plus, but overall rating is a B because of how important this is for most people who actually are looking for armaments. So yeah, pretty good event though overall. I know that I just rated it B, but it is a pretty good event. I'm not gonna lie to you. And if you guys look back at my streams, I actually invest the most on my main account for this event. So yeah. So those are all the regular events. Let's just go ahead and quickly. I know that I've been talking for a while now, so I'm gonna go ahead and speed it up for the other special events. Now, Elysian Treasure. This is a new and the latest event that just got added, and you can actually get commander sculptures and all the other different stuff. But I think the main reward that I think the developer designed this to be is actually the legendary gold heads and commander sculptures. The target users for all, and the frequency of this, I'm not 100% sure. I think this might be designed for annually or semi-annual event, but let's see. I have no idea. Maybe at the next anniversary, which is going to be the 8th year anniversary, I think this might come by. Maybe it will come by earlier. We don't know anything about this event because this is the latest event that was just released to Rise of Kingdoms. Now the rewards expectations depends on the tier of the final rewards that you reach out to. But then again, if you get like the legendary chest, which is acquirable free to play, surprisingly, you can get like gold heads. I've gotten gold heads. Actually, gold head chance for this is actually pretty high. So I would say this is actually a pretty valuable event. But we'll see. As I was talking to chat on the live stream, I think the value that I gave this event was a B plus. And we're still finding out more about this event, so maybe that value would go up. I feel like after I'm done with the event, I'll be able to make the assessment of whether or not like I can actually reach all the way to level 10 or not. But we're still in the middle of it, so I think we need to kind of still evaluate this a little more. So yeah, and importance B, it's not really important, but it's also not really not important. So I would say commander sculptures, like any gold heads that you can get is a win. So it's normal importance. Free to play friendly, I think this is absolutely one of the most free to play friendly events that I've seen that comes around on a non-regular basis. You can build, yeah, you can pair this up with any other events that just allows you to build the cakes and all that. And I think this was really, really fun. So I think this was a very free to play friendly event. Again, you can get legendary chests from being free to play too, and you can get epic chests pretty easily from being free to play. And yeah, I think you can potentially, and I've talked about this with the chat a lot, and I think you have the potential to be able to reach the final level without spending too much, spending at all actually. So I'll say this is a pretty free to play friendly event. So I gave it an A minus. Pretty decent, I think. I like the event. Like I like the chest opening and all that stuff. I think it was really, really well designed event overall. Esmeralda's Prayer, guys. Esmeralda's Prayer. And this is one of those events that actually comes around every now and then. I think like 2 to 3 times per year. And they have a lot of stuff here. You guys can see just from this wheel alone, you can see that there's gems, there's materials, there's speed ups, there's blueprints, and then legendary blueprints. A lot of materials. A lot of materials. Actually, I think they revamped the Esmeralda's Prayer, in my opinion, and they added a lot of legendary materials, in my opinion. So I think that's why I wanted to actually talk about this event. And also at the same time, on the extra rewards, you can actually find some gold heads and extra, even more materials, legendary materials. So actually, this is a very good event now. Before, when I first started the game, though, I don't think the value was really there, and I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, please let me know. But I think the value of the things that are in here, as well as the legendary, the extra rewards, have gone up quite significantly over the years. So I think this is a very good event. Target users for everyone. Frequency is 2 times a year, 3 times a year. Expected rewards. If you actually max out the wheel, you can get 2K gems, 10 blueprints, 30 plus legendary materials, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong, but I think that is the case. If you add up all the epic ones and the blue ones and the ones that are in the extra rewards. But yeah, that is crazy. And 10 goldens from the last Esmeralda's Prayer video that I looked at. So yeah, I think the value of this event is very, very good. I would say it's A plus plus. And the importance of this event, though, because they give so much things, I would say it's a little bit better than average. So I would say it's B plus. And is it free to play friendly? Probably not. You need to spend a lot of gems or money. But overall, the value is so good, I'll give it an A minus. And if you're low to mid spender, I'll say this event is not a bad deal. So let's just go ahead and say it is worth trying it out, especially if you can actually max the spin to get the all the rewards that you want. It does have a little bit of RNG involved in it, but then again, it's really up to you. I think this is a very, very worthy event. Now, this is a 7K gem event. And this is one of those events that actually comes around every 2 to 3 times per year. And they give a lot of stuff. They give gold heads, materials, and gems. And this event is for everyone. And the frequency of this is about 2 to 3 times per year, like I said. And you get about 40 to 45 gold heads, which is kind of crazy. You get a lot of gold heads from this event. On this page alone, you can see that level 22 and level 25 all have gold heads. And you can see that 25 just lays right here. And then I think in the earlier part of the stage, you can get like 10-ish or 20-ish. So that's why I said 40 to 45 gold heads. I could be wrong. But you get for sure more than 7K gems back in return. You guys can see that. Like, this is right now, all on this screen alone, you can see that this is 1,000 gems, 2,000 gems, and then 1,500 gems. So 4,500 gems, 4,500 gems. And I think overall, throughout this entire tiers that you actually go through, I think you get more than 7K gems, in my opinion. And the value of this, by far, is S plus. You invest 7K gems, you actually get more than 7K gems on top of gold heads and stuff. It is absolutely crazy. The importance of this is A minus. A lot of things that are here is very, very useful. But then again, yeah. And I think most people should try to participate whenever there is, though. But is it free to play friendly? I would say this is more controversial. I think a lot of people who are watching this video might think I'm crazy, but I think this used to be one of the best event for free to play players. So I would rate it previously as plus, but now I think the drop rate of those tokens that you need to get to the next level that you get from barbarians has gone down quite significantly, so that for most players you need to buy the $10 additional banner, the section, for you to actually complete this event in time, in my opinion, without spending too much of action points. So that's why I rated the free to play friendly as S minus. But let me know if you guys disagree, because I think I think they have adjusted the rates of that dropping, to be really honest, so that nowadays you actually do need to spend $10. But the value of whatever you get is way over $10 by just, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I think that it has become slightly less free to play friendly, in my opinion. Again, I could be wrong. Please correct me in the comment down below. Overall rating for this event, though, is S. It is one of the best events that you'll be able to find in Rise of Kingdoms. So, if you see any of them and you have time to kill some barbs, I would say go for it. Everyone should be participating in this event. Now, we also have this event right here. It's called the Team Draw event. And primary goal for this is Commander Sculptures. Everyone should be participating in it. More for pay-to-win players, though. And it happens, I think it happened like once per year before, but now it's like 1 or 2 times per year. And the rewards expectation is like 1 Commander Sculptures per 2 to 3 tickets that you use. And I forgot how many tickets that you can get from gems, so let me know if you guys actually find this out. But the value of this is actually pretty good. It is A plus. But when this event first came out, I think the value of this event was S plus, and they nerfed it quite significantly on the latest Team Draw event that I participated in. But when this event was first released, I think they accidentally made this event too OP, so that it used to be S plus, now it's A plus, in my opinion. And the importance of this event is B plus, B minus. It's not the most important event in the world, and there's some limits of what kind of commander sculptures that you can get. Also, at the same time, you don't get what commanders that you want. Like, it's not guaranteed that you'll get the commander that you want, like the one on the leftmost side. You have to choose among 3 different commanders. So I think the importance has gone down for that reason. Is it free to play friendly event though? It's not, but it's something that you can still participate in by spending some gems and see if you can get 1 or 2 gold heads, or even like 10 gold heads for each commander that you want to get. So I would say it's a B minus. Overall rating for this event though is going to be B plus. Again, before they nerfed it, I think this used to be one of the best events that you can actually get the most value out of. But then again, now it's kind of meh. So I'll say B plus. In Search of Wonders, it is an armor event, and I think this is for everyone. And then I think this also does come around every 2 to 3 times per year. And this is an event that you can get a lot of armors from it. You can just strictly pull armors among the armors that you choose. You see that I have chosen Arch and V formation, triple line. I don't know what this is. I don't know if this was. I don't think this was actually from me, to be really honest with you. I think this was from Google. And you can see that you can choose what kind of commander, what kind of like armors that you want to choose from to search for, and then you can basically search for it. Now, the rewards expectation for this is armaments, and in all honesty, I think the value is kind of meh for this event. I would say, like, why not just get what armament that you want from Armament Reveal Thyself event? You know what I mean? So, like, why even waste anything on formations that you don't really want? So I would say the value of this is a B. Importance is C, because you get Armor Reveal Thyself event every month. I don't know why this event, which is not particularly better than Armament's Reveal Thyself event, is happening less frequently than the armor reveal event. So I would say this is not the most important event in the world. Is it free to play friendly? No, no. This event is not free to play friendly at all. First of all, it's talking about armors. Second of all, you need to get the bundles, I think, or spend gems. And if you're gonna spend gems, might as well just know what you're getting from armor reveal thyself event. Overall, give this event a rating of C plus. Unless you're a whale, I would say just don't spend on it. Now, seasonal donation event. This is actually an event that comes around every month, no, every other month or every quarter. I would say at the very least. This is an event where you can actually get tokens from killing barbarians, just like how you'll be able to from 7K gem event. But also at the same time, you can buy some of the premium tokens by donating gems to whatever this event is. And then you can get commander sculptures, you can get materials, and you can get epic city theme by spending some premium tokens as well as basic tokens. And yeah, this is a pretty interesting event though. You can get the gold heads and materials for the half of the price that you can actually get from the VIP shop. So in that sense, it's not too bad. But I think the most important part of this event is the fact that you can get epic city skins for free to play players as well as normal players. So primary rewards for this is commander sculptures and materials, epic city skins. It's for everyone, and this is made. This is run every 3 months, 2 months ish. So I might have to change the frequency of this, but 2 to 4 times per year is what I've seen. And then the rewards expectation for this, I would say, is epic city skin is probably the primary reward. If you think about it, like if you're missing 5% cavalry health skin, this is where you can get it. Materials and gold test though, you need to spend gems for it. It's not really worth it in terms of the value. I gave A minus for the value because of the epic city skin. I mean, again, the fact that this is an event where you can actually choose which city skins that you want is actually very important in my opinion. So I would say the value is not bad. Importance is really good. I think the importance of this event is actually pretty high because of the city skin selection option. So yeah, importance I would say is A minus. Free to play friendly. I think this is pretty free to play friendly. It's usually paired with another event that will allow you to get the premium tokens enough so that you can get an epic city skin without spending too much gems. So I would say it's pretty free to play friendly. An overall rating that I'll give this an A minus. Maybe it's a little too high, but I think it. Before I was thinking about giving everything a B plus, but I put myself in my free to play shoes or a low spender shoes as I am in my restart project, and I was like, huh. If I didn't have this event, I would have not had an Archer City skin at all. So I thought that was pretty significant. So I bumped it up a little bit for all the earlier game players. But I could be wrong. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I think that's everything that I had. Oh no, my apologies. We still had a couple more slides. Yeah, we had one more slide. My apologies. Let's go over the Desert Track, which is an event that is going on right now as we are entering the 7-year anniversary. This is an event where you can get gold as materials, armaments, and items. This is for everyone. It comes around every half a year, I would say. And then you can get about 10 commander sculptures for every time that you reach one of those commander sculpture chests. And then you can actually get a lot more stuff from the shop by getting those coins. And there's a lot of interesting things that you can get from this event. And previously, I would have not recommended this event too much, but the way it was run in the 7th year anniversary and like how you can get more dices and all that, I feel like the value of this has gone up to a solid A. I think before it was about A minus, but the new shop and everything that was added together, I think this event has become a little bit more valuable than it used to be in the past. Now, the importance of this event, I would say B plus because of the fact that you can get a lot of commander sculptures from this. So it's better than average. And then is it free to play friendly? I would say the latest one was pretty free to play friendly. Obviously, if you want more commander sculptures, you need to spend more. But yeah, I would say B plus is a decent amount of free to play friendliness this event has. For the latest one, I think everyone, if you actually checked in every single day and bought the 80% off dices, you can actually get the at least 10 heads. As far as what I can tell, yeah, you can get like a full commander sculpture for chess like discover. So I think that was pretty good. So I would say it's a B plus for free to play friendly. Even if you need to use gems, it was pretty worth it. And overall rating that I'll give this event is A minus. So overall, yeah, that's basically it for all the events that I have for you. I hope this was helpful for you as you're making your decisions on which event that you should invest your time, money, and gems and efforts into this. I was talking for a while now, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop. If you guys have any comments, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave it down in the comment down below. And as always, I'll see y'all in the next video, guys. Thank you so much. All right, peace.